Hi team, Malcolm here. Hope you are doing so awesome. Just out on my daily walk again and thought I'd say hi. Think about this for a moment. The Bible is very strong on this subject. Something I think we could all get a little bit better at. God chooses our leaders. Be that a president or a prime minister, depending on which country we're in, God chooses them, gives them their job, places them in a position of authority. Now, we might not like his selection, we might not approve of his selection, as if God needs our approval to do anything, right? Let's not play those games. He tells us why he places them in positions of authority. But often that's in those chapters that, well, we just don't like some of those chapters. We skip by them, don't we? And we're told not to mock them, not to give them a hard time, but in fact to pray for them. King David, well, actually before he was king, he just killed Goliath, and then he went on a couple of year game of hide and seek as the king was trying to kill him. The king understood that he was going to be dethroned and David was going to take the throne, and so the king was going to get rid of David one way or the other. One particular day, the king was in a cave to relieve himself. Even kings have to do that. Just so happened it was a cave that David was hiding in. And it was the perfect opportunity for David. He could have taken the king out right there. I mean, literally caught him with his pants down. Would have been very easy for him to do so. But he didn't, did he? What did he do? He just cut a bit of fabric off his robe. And later on he confronted the king and says, I could have done you in, buddy. I was right there when you were taking a leak. I could have wiped you out in a second, but I didn't because you are God's chosen. And I'm not going to do that to someone that God chose. Today all over the internet we see people placing about every derogatory comment you could ever possibly imagine about our leadership. And typically that comes from a misunderstanding. God chose our leadership, like it or not. And as a Christian at least, our job is to bless them and pray for them. And only then might we deserve a better one, yeah? So let's be really strong on that. There's been times I live in New Zealand here, there's been times in New Zealand where I have not really liked the chosen leader of the day, whoever that might be, whatever years that might be. And at that time we've got to rein it in, don't we? And instead of saying things like, what a muppet, and all of those things that we might say all across the internet, we've got to bless them and we've got to pray for them, even if we don't understand why they're there, even if we don't like them. Yeah? Take care, guys.